As the public hearing into the police-involved death of Myles Gray continues, these photos give us a closer look at the scene that was left after Myles died in 2015. He was suffering from mental health issues at the time of his death. Police were called to the scene after reports of a man who had sprayed a woman with a garden hose. VPD constables Corey Folkestad, Eric Bursnick, Derek Kane, Josh Wong, Bo Spencer, Hardeep Sahota, and Nick Thompson are accused of abuse of authority and neglect of duty related to Gray's death. In this recording from an interview with the Independent Investigations Office, Constable Nick Thompson describes the scene he arrived to when he was called as backup during the altercation between Gray and some of the officers.
It's also not common, in my experience, for someone to not get put in handcuffs that quickly. And that just showed me right away that the subject there was very capable of overpowering the police officers, was incredibly goal-oriented and focused on whatever that task was, whether or not it was evading arrest or trying to fight the officers. I didn't know at this point. And he's now progressively getting more and more aggressive again, more and more attempts to break free of us. But he lunged so violently that I actually was startled. I moved so much that I ended up cutting my head on that tree.
The OPCC provided these images of injuries some officers sustained during the altercation. Myles died as a result of the altercation. His injuries included a fractured eye socket, nose, rib, a crushed voice box, and a ruptured testicle. Sergeant Robert Nash of the RCMP conducted the Police Act investigation into the incident. He interviewed officers in 2021, 6 years after the 2015 incident. Multiple officers say they were directed by their union not to take any notes following this altercation.
I recall specifically, I started to write handwritten notes. I got out my notebook, got my pen out. I was about to write handwritten notes, and I was told specifically, don't write them.
Okay.
So I didn't write any.
Do you recall who told you not to write any notes?
It was a union agent, and I don't recall which one because there was a handful of them there.
But did you make any handwritten notes related to the incident?
No.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, I was told not to.
Okay. Can you tell me about that?
I was told not to make notes.
Who told you not to make notes?
All I knew at that point it was a directive from the union. Okay. It was just kind of reinforced to us, again, from the union that because this is an Iowa investigation and I guess they were concerned about criminal jeopardy. I cannot stress enough that we were directed not to take notes.
If a union person directed an officer not to make notes of a significant event, those would be directions that are contrary to the rules that surround police officers in general, the rules that surround the employment of officers with VPD or other forces. And if a union person is directing someone not to do it, that's of great concern because the public is going to lose the best evidence.
The hearing will continue through March 13th with dates set aside in April and May for the officers' counselors to respond. Retired BC Supreme Court Justice Elizabeth Arnold Bailey will then decide if the officers committed misconduct under the Police Act. In Vancouver, Angelina Ravelli, City News.